Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of hot topics in the hip-hop space, some more polarizing than others. And we got to hear from Nas about why Eminem respectfully declined a collaboration request in the past.
Nobody wins them all.
Damn.
And on Eminem, we also got to hear from EPMD's Eric Sermon about a shout-out in 8 Mile and how his kids reacted at the time. And we also got some mind-blowing milestones that have hit the web for the Shady Aftermath gang. And yes, 50 Cent took to social media to react, and he used it as an opportunity to rub it in the faces of his detractors.
Tables have turned, huh?
Who've been heated since the Diddy documentary dropped, and the game remains quite consistent, as we got another banger from the game that hit social media hours ago that adds to the legendary collection of caps.
He's on a hot streak.
There's no catching up.
At least according to hip-hop fans, who continue to crown the Compton rapper the GOAT in this field. More on this later. And yes, things continue to happen that never happened before in the hip-hop space.
What does that even mean?
Patience, my friend.
Despite releasing before the rap digital song sales chart became a thing, Eminem's Lose Yourself hit #1 for the first time ever last week on the rap digital song sales chart.
What sorcery is this?
And feats like this have now turned some old narratives about Eminem to memes at this point. They said his music doesn't age well, shocked and laughing emojis, and the streaming era of music objectively poked holes since now in real time we can look up the facts. And 50 Cent has also been reaching new peaks. He reacted to the latest milestone for one of the greatest albums of all time. 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying yesterday earned its biggest streaming day of all time on Spotify, receiving 4.79 million streams. It is currently the third most played rap album daily on the platform. And you know there's always exceptions to the rule, and some have used this to describe 50 Cent. You will never see a hater do better than you. Yeah, except for 50 Cent. And 50 Cent wasted no time. Take your time and make a classic. Get Rich or Die Trying is still the third most listened album, and you have a right to be upset about this. Oh, and 50 Cent isn't just flexing his music accomplishments. My documentary is still #1 on Netflix in 51 countries. You have a right to be upset about this. LOL. A direct shot at the likes of those who've been vocal about his documentary, although not every former Diddy associate is in the same boat, as we got Meek Mill attempt to distance himself in a video.
No Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me, you heard?
Talk that shit, Meek.
No Diddy gang.
Jump ship. Save yourself.
And while the likes of Dame Dash, Ja Rule have been salty for the most part, comedian Corey Holcomb was asked about his thoughts on 50 Cent's executive-produced documentary on Diddy, and this was how it went.
Hey, 50, that documentary, boy.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, there's so many places to go here. One, is 50 wrong? Was he wrong for putting this?
Of course not.
You don't think he was wrong?
You can't keep running from who you are. I mean, it came out anyway with the trial. The things we've done, the entertainment business is controlled by the wicked. Damn. And they're not gonna let you in unless you're down with the wicketry. So I've been saying this for a long time. So when these things get exposed, I laugh like you're laughing right now. I'm like, there it is.
Because you don't want to believe that the game is that wicked.
Nobody wants to believe that the game is that wicked. Even if people show you everything you need to see, nobody wants to believe that the game is that wicked.
You think you just saw what you saw and it was an isolated incident?
If you see somebody and they're a superstar in movies, if they're superstars in music, they're down with the wicketry. Because if you're not down with the wicketry, you're not going to be part of that business, the real entertainment business.
Don't say that.
You know anything about music?
I do.
Do you know who these guys like Clive Davis are, right? Listen, these are major gangsters, but they're not portrayed as gangsters. Me and you are portrayed as gangsters. Look how we dress. Oh, guys with baseball caps. No, these ain't the gangsters. Those are the gangsters. And if you want to play, goddammit, the Harvey Weinsteins and all that, they are not afraid of you. They call you in their office, and they had that conversation where they find out who you are. And if you want to be a star, they're going to let you know.
Here's what you got to do.
They're going to let you know. Are you ready to take it to the next level? This really happens in Hollywood.
I'm ready to work hard.
They're like, no, what are you going to do about me being hard? That's what they're going to say to you.
Ooh. So you are a celebrity in your own right. So how can you say that, but you're not participating in that way, because you have still carved out a niche for yourself where people love you and adore you, and you still, to them, you are still as big as those people that we're speaking of.
Well, the thing about it, there's the loophole is this internet. Streamers make more money than actors now in a lot of situations. Actors, it look like they balling, but trust me, it's not as sweet as you think it is. So I'm saying, like, I'm blessed enough to have jumped on the internet at a time where enough people know me now. So I'm not buried as quick as they would expect me to be buried, because people know me.
Right.
The streets chose me.
Right.
I am so blessed that the streets chose me where I can sell tickets without the help of major Hollywood productions.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I'm an anomaly that they're not really worried about yet, but I know in their mind, they're like, this goddamn Corey is still around. What are we gonna do with him?
And Diddy defenders wasted no time to come for Corey's neck, but he's not the only one, because as it stands, you could put Diddy's former bodyguard up there with 50 Cent, as this clip was making the rounds hours ago on X.
He couldn't even make his own son a star. He couldn't even make his own son a star. I'm good with this nigga losing everything. Damn. I was here to let y'all know he didn't deserve an honorary degree from Howard University.
This is some pretty serious stuff.
I was here to let y'all know he didn't deserve the key to the city. I was here to let y'all know he didn't deserve all that good son stuff that he tried to portray. He wasn't a good son because he was cussing his mom out, talking all kinds of shit about him. He even said that my mama could put her palms on the floor. What kind of shit is that? That was their relationship, though. Tried to portray that he grew up in Harlem, but it's not one block that he could go to and hang out in Harlem and say, this was my block I used to hang out on.
50. You got competition here.
And yes, Gene Deal is the same bodyguard who shared the story of the alleged freak-off with Ja Rule and Diddy. Although in this case, Gene Deal is also getting called out by some users on social media, since he was working for Diddy at the time and had first-hand accounts. Yeah, Gene said all this after he helped this dude do all these crimes. Remember, he didn't walk away from Diddy. Diddy fired him before he had a change of heart. But according to Gene Deal's accounts, he didn't get fired. He quit working for Diddy, and his reason was that he was uncomfortable due to certain events he witnessed while working for Diddy. But what are your thoughts? And following the story we covered about The Game, who revealed that he hung up on Michael Jackson.
Is it true that Michael Jackson tried to end the beef with you in 50?
Yeah, man, that was a weird story that don't even sound like it's true, man.
You hung up on Mike?
I did.
What the hell's going on?
That earned him the undisputed title in hip-hop for the greatest liar in hip-hop history, according to thousands. We got another classic from The Game to add to the long list of why he earned his position, the icing on the cake.
There's more?
I had $4 million in the safe, right? In the hood. And the reason I did that is because every morning I wanted to see it. I wanted to open the safe and see and make sure that I was still rich, because I couldn't believe it. And so I never put it in the bank until one day my mom was like, she was like, boy, you about to stupidest motherfucker I ever met in my life. Number one, you have number one record on the Billboard and you still living on the block. And number two, you got all that cash over there that can be taken from you any day. Yeah, so she made me put it in the bank.
Yeah, that had to be a big ass safe, because that's a lot of cash.
Then I lost 36% of it.
How?
To Uncle Sam, man.
Oh, bro.
Come on, man. As soon as you put your money in the bank, it's gone.
But first of all, you gonna have to pay taxes on it when you got it anyway.
Not in the hood. You ain't gotta pay nothing. Well, you don't. Long as I put that combination in, open that door, and every time I did, it say, ha.
But living where you were living and driving nice cars, you know that brings on resentment, that brings on jealousy.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful, because people are like, oh, man, this is just trying to show out in front of us.
Yeah.
And then you know what happens. You know what happens.
Yeah.
You know, jealousy brings on resentment. Resentment brings on people want to do things to you.
Yeah, we had several shootouts during the process where the documentary was out. We had a lot of shootouts, but it was normal to me. I remember one specific time, the one that changed, there was 2 incidents. I went to the documentary album release party with the whole front window shot out my Range Rover. I didn't have a window. So I was on the 110 freeway with the wind just coming through the car. Pulled up, parked, because I was like, I can't not go. But we had just had a shootout, and one of the bullet holes went through my son's car seat, and that was the turning point. That's the day I was like, yeah, I can't do it. I'm out. Can't do it over here no more.
You didn't think that was odd?
Until I saw the bullet hole in my son's car seat, then I knew I was tripping.
You got up, so after that, you like, I'm out.
I left everything. I got this problem where when I move, I leave everything that I had in the previous house. I just leave it. I've done that about 5 times in my career.
But you purchased some homes on the block.
All of them. Yeah, and I had, but see, that's another thing why it was hard to really take advantage of us in the hood, because we lived on a cul-de-sac.
Right.
So if you came down there, you was trapped. There was no outlet.
Yeah, you got
right? And so it was 6 houses on the block. We had them all. All the homies lived in all the houses, and before you even made a right on the block, somebody would stop you at gunpoint on the corner, roll your window down, and ask you who you here to see. Now, had I did that in this day and time, I'd be up in that thing fighting a RICO.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And this was a reminder, my GOAT, as far as lying, he really does this ish. And some believe this goes beyond rap, the greatest liar to ever live. How do y'all listen to his music, man?
I never let accuracy get in the way of truth if I don't want it to. If I see some landscape I like and I wish there wasn't a factory in the background, I leave the factory out.
Well, Game wants to be the greatest from LA, and you could argue that he got his wish just in another field, lying instead of rapping. And on Eminem's 8 Mile, EPMD's Eric Sermon revealed on Juan EP is Life podcast.
I have no idea what y'all talking about and how that's done.
By the way,
and now I don't like the fact that I'm not big now.
Here you look great. You got it just right. You honestly look perfect. On our end, which is the one that'll be out.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yo, were you? I've never asked you this. Did you smile and get a kick out of in the 8 Mile battle when he says you're like Eric Sermon, the generic version?
This guy raps like his parents jerked him. He sounds like Eric Sermon, the generic version.
Yeah, I got cool with my kids. My kids, Eminem mentioned my name.
At the time, they're like, wow, Dad, you really are somebody.
Yo, and then in school, they was telling my kid, yo, is your dad the one that Eminem said? Like, 8 Mile was that big that no matter what, him saying my name was huge.
Let me tell you
something. To my kids.
And on a side note, for those who are yet to see it, Eric Sermon was in the Sean Combs The Reckoning documentary, and he shared some wild stories about Diddy, among others. And we also got to hear from Nas a few hours ago about why a collaboration with Eminem fell through.
I just want the record to be good. Every record I do is not a battle. I remember I had sent the song Daughters to Eminem, and at the time he had spent so much time speaking on daughters, he kind of left. He was like, thank you, but I told my daughter I'm not gonna do anymore. Hope it's cool. He's cool with me saying this. I'm not doing any more songs directly about daughters at the moment because that's a sensitive issue with all the music I put out. But he was like, I think the message was like, thank you, because most people want to do songs where they're battling me on a record. It was refreshing to get a record where you're not coming for me. So I don't think every record I do with people is like I'm battling them. You definitely want to go off and make sure you represent properly. Represent yourself, because that helps the record become bigger. So I think every one of the 7, to Slick Rick, he's doing the James Bond thing. Raekwon, his flow is crazy. Ghostface says something about making snowmans on the ground in coke.
Yeah.
Like, how do you come after that, So Big L.
Lauren,
on a Nobody record, it was like, go ahead, she took the record. It just became hers. So I think most of the time it's just hard to just show up. I try.
Well, you do a good job. You do a good job of it.
Every record isn't a battle. It shouldn't be, but it is all fun and games until beef comes knocking and you remind the world how your rival got bodied on his own song.
I'm joking.
And this sparked reactions like both Nas and Em are writers to their core. That's why they can make records like that. I honestly can't hear M on Daughters, but it would have been nice to hear. It would have probably turned out to be a very different song compared to what we have today. We have no idea what it would have sounded like. And give it up to rap fans who always give Eminem the short end of the stick. Thank goodness he declined. He would have ruined a great record. And it is crazy because we got someone here from another timeline where they did collaborate on Daughters, who's back to our timeline with a review about how the song turned out in that timeline where Eminem ruined it.
Negative, always negative.
And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.